Okay, welcome back to 4.8, Quadratic Formula. So far we've derived the quadratic formula. Remember, our equation needs to be in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then you take the a, the b, and the c, and you put them all into this formula right here. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Don't ask me to do that again. Okay, so let's actually use the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. Alright, so some people find it helpful to start listing out your A, your B, and your C. So looking at this equation, wait a minute, this equation is not in standard form. That's the first thing we need to do. Put in standard form. What does that mean? It means make equal to 0. So take this 7, subtract it over there. X squared minus 5x minus 7 equals 0. Alright, now let's list out our A, our B, and our C. Okay, my A, understood 1. B, negative 5. C, negative 7. Put them all into this equation. Go ahead and hum in the back of your head. Pop goes the weasel. Well, okay, so it's negative b. It's already negative, so that needs to be a positive 5. Whoops, positive 5. What's going on here? Here, I think I can turn this into a 5. There we go. Plus or minus square root b squared, so that's negative 5 squared, 25, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, negative 7. Alright, all over 2 times a. That's just 2. That's 2 times 1. Okay. Clean up this square root if we can. 5 plus or minus square root. Alright, negative 4 times 1 times negative 7, that's a positive 28. Plus a 25, that's 40, plus 13 is 53. There we go. All over 2. Alright, and then if I could, I would simplify this square root of 53. 53, that looks prime to me. Alright, so I'm going to say that one is done. So why don't you give it a try? Here are 3 problems to test your skills using the quadratic formula. Go ahead and pause the video, give them a try, come on back. And let's see how you did. That first one, again, it wasn't in standard form, so make it equal to 0. Get x squared minus 6x plus 4 equals 0. Your A is 1, your B is negative 6, and your C is 4. Putting them all into the equation and simplifying. Now down here I get the square root of 20, so I want to go ahead and simplify the square root of 20. I could take out 4, square root of 4, which is 2. And then everything's divisible by 2, so I get 3 plus or minus the square root of 5. Okay. Looking at the second one, again, it's not in standard form. Just get everything on one side. I got it over on the left-hand side. 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 equals 0. And A is 4. My B is negative 12. My C is 9. Put it all into the formula, and look what happens. Right there underneath that square root, 144 minus 144 gives me 0. Taking the square root of 0, it disappears, and I'm just left with one fraction as my answer. After I reduce it, I get 3 halves. Next. Again, make everything equal to 0. Put it all on one side of the equation. 5x squared minus 5x plus 7 equals 0. A is 5, B is negative 5, C is 7. Put it all into the formula, and I get a negative number underneath that square root, so I need to bring that out as I, imaginary number. I try to simplify my square root. 115, it's only divisible by 5 and 23, so it's not going to simplify. Alright, hopefully you did those pretty alright. Let's try something else. So here we're going to work backwards. I have the solutions 9 plus or minus the square root of 249 all divided by 14. I want to know what was the quadratic equation that gave me those two answers. Okay, so there's two ways really to do this. You could set this equal to x and then you could work backwards. However, at the end of that you're going to have to simplify a whole bunch. So let's instead just look at it like this. If I take a look at that 14, isn't that thing equal to 2a? So that means that a is equal to 7. Alright, I got that part so far. Now if I look at this 9 right up here, that's negative b. Yes. So negative b equals 9. B is equal to negative 9. Look at that. Without hardly any work, I got my a and I got my b. Only thing left to get is my c. To get my c, I'm going to use that 249 underneath that square root. Remember, that's b squared minus 4ac. That should be equal to 249. B squared, that's negative 9. Negative 9 squared is 81. Minus 4 times my a value, which is 7, times my c, which I don't know what it is. All this equals 249. Alright. So this is 81 minus 28c equals 249. Let's see, let's go ahead and pull up this calculator here. There we go. Move that thing right out of the way. Turn it on. Hit clear. Let's see, I gotta subtract 249 minus 81. How much is that? We got 168. 168, alright. Negative 28c equals 168. Now I'm going to have to divide that by negative 28. That's pretty easy to do. Negative, divide by negative 28. We get negative 6. Okay. Negative 6. There's my c. So my final answer here is, my a value was 7, so 7x squared. My b value is negative 9 minus 9x minus 6 for my c equals 0. If I were to solve that quadratic equation properly, my two answers would be 9 plus or minus square root of 249 all divided by 14. Alright, look at that second one. Why don't you go ahead and pause that, give that one a try all by yourself. Alright, what do you think? What do you think the answer is? Is it this? 8x squared plus 3x minus 11 equals 0. Alright, so if we take that 16 that's down there at the bottom, set it equal to 2a, just divide both sides by 2, we get 8 for a. Negative 3 over there up at the top, that's equal to negative b, so b must be 3. Now I take that 361, set that equal to b squared minus 4ac, stick in my a and my b, solve that for c, I get negative 11. Alright, that'll do it for now. Well, see, so far we've been using quadratic formula. It's been pretty alright without having to consult the calculator too much. Now we have for some adding and subtracting, but that's about it. Okay, so in the next video you'll see a couple of examples where the numbers are just so crazy we'll need the calculator quite a bit. Alright, so come back and see me in the next video.